Hi friends, Chad Hauer here, team leader of the Hauer home team at Keller Williams. Hope you are well, and I wanted to share with you today something that is really making a big difference in our market here locally. And it's something that we've seen in the past, and now it's an excellent time to use this financing tool. And it's what we call a temporary buy down. And so as we've seen, interest rates have jumped up significantly from where they were last year. We can see, as I'm shooting this video, they've actually come down just a little bit. So right now they're, high sixes, and just a couple days ago we had a good run where they dropped a little bit. However, what we're seeing is it's like, okay, so interest rates are so much higher than what they were, which means as a result, my mortgage payment would be much higher if I were to purchase a house right now. And that's limiting the amount of buyers that are available to purchase homes if you're a seller. So I'll give you an example of what we call a 2-1 buy down. And that means, so let's say the going rate today, just for a simple example, is let's say it's 7%. So if you were to get a rate mortgage today on a house, it's gonna be 7%. Now what we can do is the first year of that loan, we can buy it down by 2 percentage rates. So it would be 5%. And then on the second year, it would increase to 6%. And then the third year would finally level out at that 7% for the remainder of the term of that loan. So what's really cool about that is you can actually negotiate for the seller to pay down. They essentially pay up front all of that additional interest for that first and second year at the lower rate. So now as a buyer, you are having a much lower monthly payment. There's a ton of savings there. The seller has paid it for you up front, so you never have to worry about paying that back later on down the road in your loan. And as the seller, the nice benefit of it is, rather than saying, gosh, I feel like I need to do a huge price reduction on my house, well, you could actually say you reduce your house 2.5%. If you were to reduce the price of your house 2.5% as a seller, the difference to that buyer that's getting a mortgage is going to be very nominal as far as what their monthly payment is going to be. It's hardly going to be noticeable. So it's not going to actually make that big of an impact, unfortunately. So you'd have to do way more extreme of a price reduction if you're wanting to make any sort of difference in that monthly payment. Now, what this option does though, is if you as a seller offer a credit, say instead, I'm going to apply that 2.5% difference that I would have done in a price reduction towards a credit to buy down the first couple of years worth of interest for the buyer of this property. Now that is going to make a way bigger impact on the buyer's bottom line, on what flexibility it provides them. And ideally, nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds, but ideally, come year 3, we'll have seen change to interest rates, and maybe interest rates will have come down a little, and a buyer could always refinance at that point anyway to an even lower rate. So I wanted to give you that tip. It's a great tool for both buyers and sellers to really stretch your dollar as much as possible. So if you want to discuss this more, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to any agent here at the Hauer home team, and we can really get down to the specifics of what that would look like for you in your specific instance to really make sure we're stretching the money that you have and making the biggest impact from it. Thanks for your time, and we look forward to talking with you soon. Take care.